Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Naomi. I film about faith and lifestyle. So as you can see from the title of this video, I am going to be talking about my 2022 lessons. So if you want to listen to what I am going to say, please keep watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. The year 2022 has just been a year of smiles, happiness, sadness sometimes, hard work, resilience, learning, reflecting, and just also knowing how much I can just stretch as a human being. So I am just going to share with you some of my lessons. So the first lesson that I'm going to share with you was inspired by a certain video by a Nigerian YouTuber, Mide, and as I just got to reflect about it and also experienced it. So number one, some years come with questions, some years come with answers. When Joseph interpreted the dream of Pharaoh of the fat cow and the hungry cow, so it was 7 years of famine and 7 years of abundance. There are certain years which come and you question God, like, Lord, why has this happened to me? Why is this happening? And some years you have answers. Oh Lord, you were pulling me through. Oh, that happened because you were trying to preserve me. Oh, you said no because of this and this, and you come to realize that. And one thing I've just discovered from this year is some areas in this year, for me, they had questions. I still have questions up to now. And some areas, like, they've had answers where I'm just like, Lord, do I even really deserve such grace? Do I even deserve such abundance? And I've just come to learn and appreciate the seasons and the processes of life. Lesson number 2 is show up despite the hurdles. I've even used this as my caption on my socials. Show up despite the hurdles, despite the pain, despite the disappointment. If you are able to, there are certain times in my life where, like, I've had, like this year actually, where I'm writing an exam and I'm just going through something and I've had to show up. And even in those times when I showed up, I passed, I did well, and I excelled in just other areas. Just because this area is not flourishing, that doesn't mean you have to abandon other areas. Glow up, work, do what you can. You never know who's watching and who's going to give you a certain opportunity. And when we look at the invalid, that man that was sick for 38 years, one thing about him is he always showed up. He always showed up at the pool of Bethsaida, until one day he met Jesus in person, and Jesus asked him, what do you want? And he said, I have no one to push me into the pool. But Jesus said, get your mat and walk. That man walked. Imagine if he gave up not going to the pool of Bethsaida, would he have been healed? And he was healed by Jesus, not just by the healing waters of Bethsaida, but he was healed by Jesus. Learn to show up despite what you are going through. I've just learned to just show up no matter what I'm going through, and just be resilient and to just keep going. And the other lesson from the invalid at the pool of Bethsaida, we all have issues. We all have a disability, not like a disability in the sense, but like when the way there were people at the pool of Bethsaida, some were lame, some were blind, some were crippled, and like that man, like, he was invalid. He was able to talk, but it's just his body which was not functioning like well for him to be able to walk. So that's the way it is with all of us in life. You find that you can have like a beautiful marriage, but your finances are not intact. You find that you have maybe a good career, you are failing to have children. It's like we all have things, and let's always make sure we show up despite the hurdles. Lesson number 3: if the information is too sensitive, or too risky, don't share it. I know there's a problem shared is a problem solved, but if it's something that you need to share, and you know someone will provide if you think they'll provide a solution, do that. You know, no man is an island, and you know, iron sharpens iron. I understand that, but there are certain times where some information, don't just share it. If possible, to just keep it to yourself, just keep it to yourself, because sometimes someone is just like, okay, let me tell you something, this person shared this with me, don't tell anyone. And that same person is going to tell someone and say, don't tell anyone. Even that same one, at the end of the day, people know your issue. The time you find that you've changed, you've moved on from that, and people are going to, they may bring it up and be like, oh, we heard this and this and this happened. So let's discern and just be sensitive with the things that we share. Lesson number 4, this one: when someone says you deserve better, and like for example in a relationship they leave you, believe them. That means that they cannot be better for you. They know that you deserve better, but they just cannot be better for you. And I'll end here for this one. Lesson number 5: respect people's boundaries. I've learned to respect people's boundaries, like know them. Like I've learned to know, like, okay, this is where I'll end. This one, I'll just end here. This one, you can't crack a certain kind of joke. So you look at the way people are, how's their personality, are they sensitive, is it this age group, are these their attributes, and also like, for example, like for me, not that it's my insecurity, if I'm insecure about my teeth and then someone comes to make a joke about my teeth, I'm going to be upset. And then another person, you find that they love their teeth, they think their teeth are flourishing and they're in order, they are just going to be like, it's just a joke. So different people have different boundaries. I feel like that's a way in which we can have peace, when you understand people's boundaries, where to end, where you can start from, and this and that. My next lesson is also have boundaries with the way you perceive and see potential in others. It's okay to believe in people that you think they can do better or they can reach up to a certain standard, because there are people that they possess potential. Year 1 potential, year 2 potential, year 3 potential, and they are just stagnant at potential. So when in case of like work, pay attention to patterns. Like, okay, you're seeing this pattern and all of that. There's some people who just literally remain on potential and potential and potential. So you have to be careful, and also just accept, okay, maybe this person is just like this, they will remain here, they will not change. This person that I am working with, are they going to be a high performer in the near future? Are they going to be like this person I am dating, are they gonna change? Are they going to change their attitude? Or this friend, are they gonna change? So protect yourself with the way you believe in the potential of others. Lesson number 7, should be lesson number 7, is to have empathy to certain situations. Actually, most situations, you know, there are certain situations that I judge from a distance, and I'm just like, it's their fault. Why didn't they do this? That's why this has happened to them. Not because they're a bad person, or because they are not prayerful, because maybe this. I came to realize that sometimes things just happen to certain people. It's not like they are sinning or what. Maybe let's say, for example, someone is childless. It's not because they did certain maybe an atrocity or just something that has made them be like that. It just happens. You know, there are certain situations where I've seen with people where like I've just started having empathy, and until it happens to you, that's when you realize and get to judge, oh, that's why this person has fallen. This is why this person has, you know, backslidden. You know, there's, you don't know what happened to them. You don't know why they've started to question their faith and why they are lost. So until I walked certain paths, that's when at least I had some empathy. You know, I would judge a lot of situations like, no, they just, it's because they did that, that's why they are facing this. No, sometimes in life we go through certain things not because we signed up for them, but because it's life and it happens. Holding all other things constant, of course, because there are some things where, you know, this has happened to someone because it's their fault. Lesson number 8: don't make your narrative or your experience be everybody else's. Just because a particular thing worked for you doesn't mean it should, that's how it should be done, you know. Like, let me give an example. Just because a couple started maybe like to a certain extent, like very small, that doesn't mean that every couple should follow that. Or just because you started your business with no capital, just offering services, that doesn't mean it's going to work for everyone. We have different journeys, we have different paths, we have different levels of grace. You find that you start your, there's a motivational speaker says, no, he started this. You start your capital with completely nothing, and then you face hurdles which you are just not supposed to face. You find that one, he started with nothing, and there was a certain kind of grace which was allocated for him because that was his journey. You don't know, maybe you are supposed to start with money which is going to multiply and it will go a certain way for you. And that's that. There's not, why are we making, especially with social media, why are we making our narrative, or just because it happened like that for a famous celebrity, and we think that it's supposed to happen the same way, and we critically follow their journey, copy and paste? No, I've just learned to live my own journey. The way mine is going to happen is the way mine is going to happen. Of course, I am going to be inspired by people, but I'm not just going to completely like get their story and it should be like mine. No, God has given me my own journey. He's given me my own grace. He's given me battles that I can handle as a person, that if others were to incur those obstacles, they might gonna die. You get my point? Sorry about the background noise. The 9th lesson that I have learned, like this one has just been over the years, is a lot of people admire the fruit, they admire the harvest, they admire the award, they admire the prize, but they don't know the process attached to it. They don't know the hard work attached to it. They don't know the patience that comes with that. You know, we are always saying, oh, I tap. We're tapping into the blessing. We don't know the process. It's so good to admire something when something is shiny, when something has already been furnished, when something has already been processed in its best form. But we don't know the background of what happens. And you see, social media is one of those things where we are admiring people's highlights when we don't know their whole life. You know, no one is perfect, of course, no one has it all together, but let's make sure we have our own blueprint of how we are going to live our life, and we grow through the process. You know, there's only that much we can appreciate if we see something, but if you go through it, you when you go through a certain process, you know how to value something. You know, there's this quote which says that once you carry your own water, you know the value of every drop. And my 10th lesson, this one is so personal to me, with just basically what I experienced and what I learned. 2022 was not so much about the wins for me. I did have times where I celebrated, but it was so much about planting and being stretched beyond my capacity. There are certain things that I just realized about myself academically, work-wise, and my relationships with people. You see, when you have a seed growing inside of you, let's say a woman is pregnant, her belly grows, her body stretches, her body changes. All those things happen for her to be able to accommodate the baby and protect the baby. So that's the same thing that happens with us. Sometimes we are getting stretched with certain situations where we feel like we're breaking, but you know that breaking is happening for you. You're stretching because there's something inside of you that's growing, and soon you'll give birth to it and it will come to fruition. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed the video. So these were my lessons for the year of 2022, and may God bless you. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.